Want to speak English with confidence? You're in the right place. Easy Survival English.
I wanted 2 cinema tickets for a normal movie. The person at the counter asked me 4 questions, and I just kept saying yes, yes, yes. I ended up with 2 tickets in 3D, front row.
The classic just say yes and hope for the best strategy. Today, we make sure you never need that strategy again.
We are giving you every question a ticket counter might ask, and exactly how to answer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Emma.
And I'm Daniel. Let's get straight into it.
Today's topic is buying tickets, cinemas, anywhere you might need to answer quick questions at a counter.
And as you just heard, these questions come fast, which makes them genuinely stressful for learners.
Let's fix that immediately with the exact phrases you need.
The first essential phrase is 2 tickets for film, please. Simple, direct, states exactly what you want immediately.
This single sentence answers the 2 most important questions before they even ask: how many and for what?
The next question you will almost always hear is, what time would you like? Answer with the specific time shown or ask, what times are available?
Very useful if you have not checked the schedule yet and want to see the options first.
The next essential phrase covers seating. Do you have a seating preference? You can answer somewhere in the middle, please, or not too close to the front.
Being specific here prevents exactly what happened to you, Daniel, ending up in the very front row unexpectedly.
Now the question that caused my entire disaster: standard or 3D? If you simply do not understand or are unsure, say, sorry, could you explain the difference in price, please?
This phrase alone would have prevented your entire situation, since 3D tickets are usually more expensive and completely optional.
And one more essential phrase for any ticket counter. Could you repeat the total price, please? Always confirm the final amount before paying.
5 essential tools already, stating what you want directly, asking about times, choosing seating, clarifying options like 3D, and confirming the price.
Already enough to buy tickets confidently anywhere without accidentally agreeing to things you never wanted.
Daniel, do you usually buy tickets online now to avoid this kind of situation entirely?
Mostly yes, especially for cinema. But train tickets and some concerts still often require speaking to a real person.
Right, and train ticket counters have their own specific vocabulary worth covering separately.
Definitely. The first useful phrase for trains is a single ticket to London, please, meaning one way, only going, not returning.
Or a return ticket, please, meaning both going and coming back, usually cheaper than buying 2 single tickets separately.
Very important distinction, since accidentally buying a single when you needed a return can be a costly mistake.
What about specific seating on trains, like first class or standard?
Useful phrase, standard class, please. Or is there a difference in price for first class? First class usually means more space and comfort at a higher cost.
What if you're not sure exactly which train or time works best for your schedule?
You can simply ask, what is the next available train to destination? And they will tell you the options.
Very useful when you're flexible and just want the soonest option.
Now, let's cover concerts specifically, since those often have more complex seating and pricing than cinema.
Useful phrase, what sections are still available? Concerts often have general admission, meaning standing with no assigned seat, versus assigned seating in specific sections.
For example, is this general admission or do we get an assigned seat?
Very important question, since general admission usually means arriving early matters much more for a good spot.
What about student discounts or other reduced pricing? Is there a natural way to ask?
Simply, is there a student discount available? Or do you offer any discounts for category? Always worth asking, even if unsure you qualify.
Many places offer discounts that are not automatically advertised, so asking directly often saves real money.
What if the tickets you want are already sold out for a specific time or seating area?
Useful phrase, is there a waiting list? Or when would the next available time be?
Always worth asking about alternatives rather than simply leaving disappointed.
Let's also cover a very useful grammar point for this topic. We often use would like in questions to sound polite when requesting tickets.
For example, I would like 2 tickets, please sounds naturally more polite than I want 2 tickets, even though both are correct.
Small wording choice again, exactly like our hairdresser episode, but it consistently changes the tone of any service interaction.
Very consistent pattern across all these everyday English situations, would like over want in polite requests.
What about arriving late after a film or train has already started boarding?
Useful phrase, is it too late to get a ticket for the showing? Sometimes they'll still let you in for the next available time instead.
Always worth asking rather than assuming the answer is no.
And what if you booked online but need help at the counter, like collecting printed tickets?
Simply say, I have a booking under your name, please, and they will find your reservation in the system.
Very useful phrase, especially at busier venues with long queues where online booking saves real time.
What about family or group tickets? Is there specific vocabulary for that?
Useful phrase, do you have any family packages, or is there a group discount for 6 or more people?
Many venues offer bundled pricing that isn't obvious unless you specifically ask about groups or families.
What about children's tickets specifically, since pricing often depends on age?
Simply ask, what is the age cutoff for a child's ticket, since this varies quite a lot between venues and countries.
Very practical question that avoids confusion or unexpected pricing at the counter.
One more useful situation. What if you need to cancel or change a ticket after buying it?
Ask directly, is this ticket refundable, or can I exchange this for a different time before you even purchase, if your plans might change?
Checking the refund policy in advance prevents a lot of frustration later if circumstances change unexpectedly. Let's teach our listeners the essential ticket buying vocabulary from today.
Single ticket means one-way travel only, not including the return journey.
Return ticket means both the outward and return journey included.
General admission means no assigned seat, usually standing or first come, first served.
Assigned seating means you have a specific confirmed seat number.
Sold out means no more tickets are available for that specific time or section.
For example, I'm sorry, that showing is sold out, but we have seats at 8 o'clock.
Waiting list means a list you can join in case a ticket becomes available later, often through a cancellation.
And booking means a reservation made in advance, usually online or by phone.
For example, I have a booking under Daniel, please.
Single ticket, return ticket, general admission, assigned seating, sold out, waiting list, and booking. 7 essential words for any ticket counter situation.
Practice asking for a return ticket to your own city today, just to build the habit. Daniel, tell us the full cinema disaster from the beginning.
So this happened fairly early in my English learning journey. I walked up to the counter, feeling confident, and said, 2 tickets, please, for a specific film.
Good, clear start.
The clerk then asked something quickly, which I now believe was about the time. I simply said yes without actually understanding the question.
The dangerous universal yes. Extremely dangerous, as it turns out. She then asked another question, probably about seating preference, and again, I said yes.
2 yes answers to questions you didn't understand at all.
Exactly. Then she asked something with the word 3D in it, and once more, confidently, yes.
Oh no! 3 unconfirmed yeses in a row?
3 completely blind yeses. I paid, took the tickets, and walked in without checking anything printed on them.
What did you discover once inside?
First, the 3D glasses being handed out, which I had definitely not intended to pay extra for. And the seating? Front row, directly against the screen. Extremely uncomfortable for 2 full hours with a neck ache the entire time.
A very physical consequence of saying yes without understanding.
Very physical, and quite expensive too, since 3D tickets cost noticeably more than standard ones.
Did you say anything to the staff once you realized?
By the time I realized, the film had already started, and I felt too embarrassed to walk back out and explain the whole situation.
So you just sat through the entire uncomfortable experience?
The entire 2 hours, neck tilted back, wearing glasses I never wanted, telling myself it was a valuable lesson at least.
What would you say differently now?
I would say, sorry, could you repeat that, please? The moment I didn't understand, rather than defaulting to yes out of pure social pressure.
That single habit change would have completely avoided the entire situation.
Completely avoided it. The lesson is simple. Never say yes to a question you did not actually understand, no matter how much pressure you feel at a counter.
A confused yes is far more expensive than a confident, "Could you repeat that, please?"
Did this experience change how you approach counters in general, beyond just cinemas?
Completely. Now, at any counter, anywhere, if I don't fully understand a question, I stop immediately and ask for clarification.
Even if it feels slightly awkward in the moment?
Especially then, a few seconds of slight awkwardness is nothing compared to 2 hours in an uncomfortable front row seat.
That's such a practical way to think about it. Short-term awkwardness versus long-term consequences.
Exactly. And honestly, staff are almost always happy to slow down and repeat things clearly when asked politely.
It really is just about building the confidence to ask, rather than assuming it will seem rude or annoying.
Nobody has ever been annoyed with me for asking a clarifying question. Not once in years of practicing this habit.
Everyone, have you ever accidentally agreed to something at a ticket counter because you didn't understand the question? Tell us in the comments.
And which phrase from today will you use first? Could you repeat the total price, please? Or is there a student discount available?
We read every single comment, and honestly, these accidental yes stories are always some of the funniest we hear.
If this episode helped you, please like it and subscribe for a new episode every week.
In our next episode, we are talking about something that could genuinely save you money: negotiating a price in English.
How do you ask for a discount without sounding rude? What do you say when a price feels too high? And what happens when negotiating actually goes wrong?
Subscribe now so you do not miss episode 26. Take care, everyone, and never say yes to a question you did not understand.
Bye, everyone!